Hello everyone, how very good of you to join and welcome back to Helsing. Just as my clipper with our most important purchase ever is coming into the harbor area once more. And in this case here, Chef Michel and 150 tons. Alright, 146 tons of coffee coming in. Yeah, letter of immunity lasted us for quite some time. Actually, yeah. 3/4 of it we needed. I think I cannot deactivate it, right? So once it runs out, it will just disappear. Let's unload our cargo. And with that, let's change a few things around. Shall we do this? And the first one is, of course, in my trade union area here where we have 2 canneries, right? We can now build the trade union for 20 influence. We have plenty of influence. And here I can now use Chef Michel finally. And with that, my canneries now process iron and pigs. No more goulash, right? And pigs are easy to produce for us. And with that, I no longer need that goulash import here. We can instead use it, for example, to import coal from now on that we're going to need in quite some quantities. Let's also quickly check out, because of course it doesn't end here, right? We can check out how much coal we need. We do need around, alright, that's actually quite substantial, 700 tons per trade cycle. Already 700 tons. We could go up here to, let's make it 750 tons of coal. This would require 270 tons together with the 200 tons here, already 400 tons of soap. That's probably a bit too much at this point, but of course we might be still getting there at some point. Actually, it's not that far away. We have a surplus of close to 400 tons of soap per cycle. So in this case, let's reduce it on the hops again, right? Because the hops we really don't need that much, and keep the coal. Right? Why not? Let's actually do it like this, because we actually have a few other things we can still do. We can still enable more rendering works again. And let's actually go ahead and do this. Each one of them processes now 4 pigs. Don't forget that, right? Because they're electrified. And with that, we can also build yet another soap factory. Let's just make one thing clear here, that we have the tallow that we require for all of this. Because the tallow is something we import right now with the docklands. The piggies, how are they looking? It's equal right now. And then we have the soap now pushed to 24. That's 23 surplus indeed. Let's build one more soap factory and let's enable 2 more rendering works here with that, right? Also, let's upgrade this warehouse here. And of course, let's go in and build us a few more pig farms. I could, of course, just also add silos for the pig farms that we have already. So we might actually save even more space down the road. Let's do it like that. And just go in and build us silos. This one. And this one. And this one. For increased grain consumption, of course, but that is okay. Let's also upgrade this warehouse and this warehouse. So upgrading those is no longer the big problem that it usually was back in the days. And with that, we have it. There is still one more item that we have, right? I think. No, I don't have it. I thought I had it. I don't. I still have the melting point apparatus. That's actually good for soap factories to boost them and the rendering works, but really that's minimal. In this case, alright, there's still items though available to boost those pig farms further if I want to. Of course, the silo will already be plenty full. So with that, we have a production then. Note, this still hasn't updated yet. So I'm expecting the update. Oh, we haven't built the silos. There you go. Right, because this we should see then immediately. So yeah, there it is, 22. So we have a surplus of, 24 actually, perfect. So we have 3 tons of pigs as surplus again that we might use then for something else. So this is that, right? This is the soap export. Now we are importing enough coal, by the way. So what does it mean? We don't need most of these charcoal kilns anymore. This gives me a lot of space back. Right? But also happiness, or attractiveness, sorry, attractiveness, because each one of them also reduces the attractiveness of my town. And yeah, with more attractiveness, we get more tourists in. So it's a win-win on so many levels you can't even imagine. Now, of course, that's all the levels there are to it, really. There's one more charcoal kiln that I'll probably keep in this area. The rest I can actually get rid of. That's 3 more that we can get rid of. Looking also much cleaner right away. Did I have another one here? I'm not entirely sure anymore. I think that's all of them. Yeah, that's all of them. We only have one more, and that's the one down here that we are still boosting as well a bit to, yeah, at least get another 4 tons of coal in, right? 3 tons, 4 tons it is then. And with that, we have, yeah, around 610 that we need per trade cycle to make this work. And we're importing 750 right now. So that's really ample of buffer here as well. And yeah, the only thing I still should do is we are exporting a lot of volume now. And that means that the loading times are really long, right? So it takes about 2 minutes now for every trade to be fulfilled, which is of course increasing the trade cycle. That is something we don't want. So let's go in and also add some loading wharfs. And each one of them increases the loading speed by 50% for the ships coming in. And with that, we can, yeah, have more trades then again, or we can actually make the trade cycle work again better. And in this case, tricky, right? We really have very limited space here. There is another export office here. This is going to be export office area. Then we have the depots. Oh, wait a second. Can I build them just out here? I think I might actually just do this and it might work out. Let's add a loading wharf bay here. Let's build one of them and let's just check it out. Do we get the bonus? Yeah, we get the bonus. It does not need to be directly connected with the docklands. It also does not need to be within the radius of the docklands even. That's just fantastic, really. Yeah, let's build a second one. And with that, we're increasing the loading times by 100%. And thus, we reduce it at least to 1 minute of trading only now. So it's really not that much. We saved a minute here. But that's actually something already when you count in all the dozens of trade cycles that we have. All right. The clippers we have. I think, yep, we also can push more ships again. Build another 2 ships of the line. And I think also the next trade would be coming in now. Then with the coal, then with the iron. We're out of coal actually. That's super dangerous, right? So the trade is something we really need. And I think also, yeah, with that, within 2 trade cycles, we will be able to get the soap all the way up here to epic level. The bread is on its way too to this. And how much tallow do we still need to import? 2 more trade cycles as well only. And then we can actually unlock the... Yeah, and then we can actually unlock the caoutchouc. Then we've actually fulfilled this one on top of everything else. Great things indeed. There is really some progress here that we're making. And with that, there's one more thing we need. And that is a power plant for my engineers and a bank. And this is all in here, of course, because this is all going to be investor territory then for us at some point. So for the power plant, there is a couple of things we need to move around again. The first course of action is that we move those 2 brick factories over together with the warehouse, so that we have more space available here again for more construction. There's still this clay pit, and it's fine if we have then the warehouse all the way over here. We can still have another farmer residence there, and this one is delivering the clay then just like that. The other thing is that we now need to move then the marketplace and pub. I'm going to move them into this area. So for this, we need to move those buggers here. This one and this block here. So that we can move this block over. There you go. We don't need them that centrally anymore because these guys here don't need a marketplace or a pub, right? It's only these guys here, and for that we're providing. For the people up here in the north, actually this actually makes things not worse because this was not responsible for them, right? We still keep that upgradable status for these guys here, so that's fine. Very good. That's a bit of space already, but we are going to need way more than that. So the next course of action is that we double the church. What does it mean by that? Doubling the church should save us space? It does, because we need the space in the center for it. And let's just check it out. We do have a bit of space available here, right? And we still have space available here as well by the coastline. So I would like to continue now moving a bunch of buildings over. Once again, city incidents do destroy the day here. Destroy the mood. Let's just see. Let's have them here, and then let's have them here. Right, this is a bit of space, and with that we can now move those guys here, or actually workers, if only I could. Let's move the workers, and then those artisans I would like to move a bit further away. Also with this artisan here, let's get the workers down, and let's get those artisans down, because now I can move that church over to this area, right, a bit further away, which is fine because it is only responsible for workers and artisans, and that's this area here still, right? So we're pushing artisans now a bit further out of the city center. The same goes on the other side. So here we have now lots of these people that suddenly don't have the church anymore because it's too far away. So I do need to build a second church. And that's this area here that we can use for that, just by the marketplace. It also makes a bit more sense to have a church close to the marketplace, right? As historically, that's usually how it's been. Two police stations seems excessive. Let's move one of them up here. We don't need two of them that close together. And with that, we actually have a bit of space available again that we can use for a second church now. Looking towards the marketplace. Yeah, let's go ahead and perhaps I can still push this one and this one and then the worker over. And now I have a bit more space to also have a bit of room between the marketplace and the church. To have a bit of a space in between, right? Let's build the second church. No props. This will now add a lot of happiness again for the workers, as we can see. Perfect. We have, by the way, the old church style as well that we could use here. Doesn't really fit in, I think. Yeah, let's keep it. Let's actually keep it. Should be fine. And with that, we have this space available that I'm going to use immediately to move this block down, right? And with that, we have now this space available that we can use for a power plant. Holy cow, there was a lot of preparation just for this power plant here, right, that we have now. And this is affecting all of these people then. Oh, by the way, we are a millionaire. But of course only because Miss Hunt purchased one of those shares. Let's get it back again. No longer a millionaire. Behind that, we still have some room that we can use right away for my next buildings that we need here. Like this. There you go. Right. And the power plant should at least have another road connection here, another road connection here. And then we're just going to make it with some temperate groves. Or elm trees even, hiding it a bit. After all, in a very central location here. Alright, and now what we still need is the bank. So electricity we have. It just needs a bit of timber actually. There it is. Let's have the power plant and let's connect it with the network. So here we're going to get now electricity out, which is the last requirement that my engineers need, right? Coffee's in. I'm waiting with coffee though still. And the electricity. The bank is the other one. Lots of coin we get out of that and some happiness. And this we should do because the engineers are super unhappy right now. I'm surprised that they're still in the town after all. And for that, we once again will need to move things around. We still have this marketplace and pub here. Now, reality is that we don't need them really. I could probably still upgrade a bunch of workers here. We have a bit of space over here, by the way, too, right? So let's move the police and the fire station over into this region. With that, we have that area available, so I can move those guys up. The pub and the marketplace. Let's actually have the pub looking towards the river. That's more beautiful, right? And with that, I can have even more space that I can open up for this area here where I want to have my bank. Alright, so we are just going to move all of this over like this. And we're going to move some of them back from here because we're going to need that space here. I might actually also get rid of, yeah, those farmers here. I should be very careful with how many farmers I remove. And those guys. That's already a lot of space now here in the town center. The real estate value is fantastic for this area. So you can definitely make a nice profit out of this. Let's actually remove some of those workers. There you go. How is it looking there with the bank? Easy. I mean, we didn't even need to move that many people. Yeah, I would like to have it here just by the corner, really, in this whole town center. And we can actually go ahead and have the members club in here. Why not? By the bank. Makes sense. Right? There's just no way to place it right though, unfortunately. So let's build us the bank. 100,000 credits costs me, right? And also lots of building materials that we have. 100,000, and look at that balance. Pushing up again by 3,000 by providing the bank need. Really important that is. Also negative 30 now only for the engineers. Lots of bricks we have, by the way, so let's also have some roads here upgraded in the center. Just doesn't look good really anymore with dirt roads. There you go. And then we have the space, probably the members club. Yep, I could probably push those engineers over to make this look a bit more clean. And here we can have then a members club situated once we have the investors. So let's go ahead and upgrade us a bunch more workers here. it's a stark contrast to have those workers here just beside the engineers. So let's move them up a bit. Yeah, and the town center is just looking much better for it, I think. Also, electricity is in. So now we have electricity also provided for the engineers. And now I can actually unlock the coffee. And this is the last need. And ladies and gents, we're upon the age of investors. Great thing, really. One more thing we should be doing is reinforcing oil, right? Because with 2 oil plants, we now really push what's possible here. I can still build 1 more oil refinery just here with exactly 1 more oil well. So this is really a waste of resources, but there you go. Let's connect it to. And let's have both of them boosted by 50%. Right. So that's that. I can have, 1 trade union in the center to boost both of them once I have some items for this. That's also still a possibility here. But for now, there should be enough oil really to cover it. Here, by the way, in the meantime, there was the jungle kilns, right? We don't need that space anymore, so we can actually push now more farmers. Perfect. And so it is, ladies and gents, let's do it. Let's have the first investors. Oh, no, you can't do that. You can't do that to me. Let's push us back that chair. And now let's go ahead and do this. Oh, it's expensive. It's a big moment. Where should we have those first investors? I think, yeah, those blocks here in the center of it all. The age of big business is upon us, and big business indeed, because those investors are going to turn things around a bit. They are paying money. They're paying real money, right? So these investors are going to have a nice tax for us. Just this one block already pays me 2,000 in tax income alone. That's a huge boost there. Also, of course, the influence is the massive big deal here that we're going to have. And I'm going to need a lot of these investors. Let's go ahead and have these bunches here. And also these guys here. And then we are actually out of windows before I can upgrade more, and planks even. But that's that. Those investors, they also want champagne. That is going to be great because champagne is super duper to export. Pocket watches, penny farthings, that's for the happiness bonus then. And also the members club, there it is, with a few more upgrades down the road. Let's also have a look at their resident quest. You get them once per upgrade, and they're usually very easy. He wants just a photograph of his own building, so I guess I'm going to provide him. There you go, and please give me something nice. Big bag of money. All right. Chance of rights is reduced, but it's an on-use item. Only 3,700 for selling. This was nothing, honestly. All right. Let's go ahead and also, yeah, beautify a bit the town there that we have. So we can go ahead with a few temperate groves here, for example, along the train tracks. So it doesn't look that grim all the time. And then I'm just really waiting now for more building materials to come in. We are exporting 500 tons of planks, of course. This is reducing my amount of planks that I have available for every cycle. But we are also producing, of course, 32 tons per minute, right? So that's a huge bonus there. Let's actually build 1 more, right? Because logs, I think, is really not a big deal. It is a big deal.
What brings you here, master?
And we have another one. At some point, we'll have to import logs anyway. Let's actually have one here, right? Lumberjack hut. That's another 100% efficiency, just by the farmers. There you go. Really want to have a few more logs in. And yeah, windows actually is also something we're exporting, but not in big quantities anymore, right? So these actually should all work. Are we electrifying all of them? We're not. So let's also go ahead and extend the reach of the power plant, right? And with this, we are reaching it now all the way to these guys here. So both of them now receive electricity. And this one here too. Perfect. 3 more electrified window makers. And perhaps we can still reach this one too. Nah, unfortunately not. There's also no further optimization. So this one here will be out of electricity. It's fine. It's really fine. It's not a big deal. Or We tried. We could push these guys. Do you have it now? Nah. But it's very close now. I could push them further, I think, and then we could make it... Nah, then we would need to actually destroy something here. Or, why not destroy something here? Let's actually destroy those roads. Move these guys over. Right? And get this road down. It's still not possible. Are you for real? Although, yeah, it is possible. There you go. It has electricity, right? It has it. The problem is no one has electricity right now because we ran out of oil. That's another problem, though, entirely. But at least we actually managed to get the electricity flowing here. Great thing, indeed. Right? All of them are electrified. Yeah, oil. I have a bit of oil in again, so really, this only just started working now, right? I'm expecting a lot of oil pushing out here. Thanks to the upgrades as well. Alright, let's continue with the investor upgrades. Another block. There you go. That's a whole bunch of more. And with that, we should also have unlocked now the members club. There it is, right? And there you go. Nice and comfortable right here in the center. Another road. And then probably around the bank we're going to have some kind of entrance here, right? Left and right. Pushing this should also be fine then. And then this member club for the whole area here where we're going to have those investors. It's a really important building, 28 taxes in addition and 5 happiness for the investors. And boy, they need it. Otherwise, those guys are really going to burn down my city. And yes, investors are totally capable of doing this. Also, skin-wise, we can go for a colorful skin. Really using that not often, so let's do it now. Work on some more colorful looking investor buildings right here in the center. All coming along nicely there. Beautiful. Pushing to 23,000 on income now. This actually enables us to have another share. Thank you, Miss Hunt. Right, that's even more profit now. We are actually making 11,000, 12,000 out of share income at the moment. Right, crazy stuff. We're also getting the Conqueror influence bonus. I guess because of the share takeovers. And with that, we get another 50 on the island workforce. Thank you very much for this bonus. Yes, also, we have lots of farmers that we can upgrade. We should also be doing this, right? And then, we do need to find a place where we put the grapeyards in for the champagne production. Which is my next goal here, of course. Yeah, we're probably going to replace it with the potato farms that we have. So instead of potatoes, we're going with grapes. There's really no more space anywhere else, except for, yeah, this area here, that we could also use for it. We'll just see. So far, so good. I hope you enjoyed this one. We have reached investors. That was the primary goal for the series, but of course we continue onwards, because we might just also have a real goal here at taking over the world still. Stay tuned.
Ceasefire has ended.